Good morning, everybody. How you doing over there, sir?
Good morning.
How's your day?
All right, and yours. It's kind of cold down there, right?
Morning. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold here in
Yeah.
the Dallas area. We had some snow and some ice to close everything down for a couple of days.
Really?
Unfortunately for the Dallas Fort Worth area, I myself was in Vegas, enjoying myself at the time, but I am back to normalcy, as they would call it, and here we are, the 5th of February, 2022. And thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Felix Holmes, 1 year
Thank you.
older,
Thank
1 year
you.
wiser, much like myself.
Man,
Enjoying myself every day,
happy
and of course,
belated birthday, man. Happy
thank you,
belated
sir.
birthday.
I got a chance
I
to
didn't
go out
get
to the
my
Pro
invite.
Bowl. Say again?
I didn't get my invite.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't get my invite to Vegas.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We'll talk
Oh, I
about that
did.
later. Yes, you did.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
All right.
I got a chance to go out to the Pro Bowl area for the practice
Okay.
for NFL, and I wore my Lion stuff and my Michigan State stuff. Of course, there's not one Lion on the team, but I had to represent for us anyway. But that's
Right.
how it goes. It was a pretty cool time. Everybody seemed like they were happy to be out there. Only person that didn't look like they were happy was Pat Mahomes. His face was still twisted sideways.
All
But
right.
you lost the game. You know, that's how it goes. I'm not saying he lost the game. I would say more along the lines of Joe Burrow won the game because that kid is
Joe
no joke.
Broadway. Joe Broadway.
That's the new man in the NFL. They're gonna start making commercial. The NFL gonna start making commercials directly for him soon. That's my prediction. Especially depending on how things go next week. So we want to thank you all for coming out. Don't forget, you want to start off your week with the Gratefulness Journey Everyday book. Go ahead and get that on Amazon, written by that young man right there, Mr. Marcus Holmes, the man of the hour, Too Sweet to Be Sour. I call him the Wiz. He's in the background, pushing all the buttons, making sure everything goes right today as we do our show. And we want to thank you for coming out. Don't forget, click like, click share, call all your friends, get on the phone, call your auntie, call your cousins, call your uncles, call your cousin that's half asleep from hanging out last night. Tell them to get on the internet, call the barbershops, tell them that Felix will come out talking sports again. And we got a whole lot of good stuff to talk about. We're going to start with our topic of the week. We had a tie of the three topics. We're going to talk about should the steroid area baseball players be allowed in the Hall of Fame, and should the NFL overtime rules be changed? Those two topics came to us because the Hall of Fame came out, and there was only one person that was voted in, which was David Ortiz, better known as Big Papi, and they were saying that the other guys who were steroid players, this is the last time for them, a lot of them, be eligible to be inducted until they are well into their senior years, if not as posthumously. So that, to me, that sounds like they're not going to let them in under any circumstances, which is they wouldn't let what's that, Shoeless Joe in. They won't let Pete Rose in. They did let you. No, they didn't let Shoeless Joe in. He was the guy for gambling, and Pete Rose gambling, and but they won't let those guys in. What do you think? Do you think they should be allowed in?
I mean, okay, so Pete Rose betted on baseball games while he played, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and all them use steroids. So
Supposed.
supposedly. So I guess the way they looking at it is it's cheating. You were hurting the sport. But in Pete Rose case, I mean, isn't that maybe I might align with this, but isn't that equivalent to Michael Jordan? That they said he was gambling? Because Michael Jordan went to the Hall.
They don't have those same rules for the NBA Hall of Fame as they do for MLB.
Oh, okay. So
MLB
I
has
mean,
the toughest rules.
But then, okay, here's another thing. If they would have came out and admitted it, that they used steroids, would have let him in?
I'm of the opinion they should be in regardless.
How you cheated?
Here's why.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in that Hall of Fame who had already been cheating using steroids. They may not have been caught, but there's a lot of them that's in there. Like it's pretty much a known fact that Pudge Rodriguez a Hall of Famer, was using the former Tiger using performance enhancing drugs to get it to bring his numbers up, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So to me, there shouldn't be we like him better, we like Big Papi better, so we don't let him in, but we don't like Roger Clemens, and we don't like the guy from San Francisco, so we're not going to let them in. To me, it should be across the board. It was very well known that he was, definitely juicing. So
Okay,
don't
so
let him in.
is Pudge Rodriguez a bigger name than Barry Bonds?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Pudge Rodriguez
that's why Pudge got in and Barry didn't.
No, because he's more likable. Barry Bonds will skip an interview in a minute and be evil with you in a minute and ignore you in a minute. Where Pudge Rodriguez will always put that smile on his face and always assign that autograph and always have that or do the interview. As opposed
so Pudge
to
Rodriguez. Okay, so Pudge Rodriguez is a bigger name than Mark McGwire.
No, those guys are definitely.
So why did Mark get in?
Those guys were more known to be doing so, but they also know that Pudge Rodriguez was doing it. They also said that Big Papi may have been using them, but they're more likable at the end of the day.
But you don't think that the fans like Mark McGwire?
No, it's not. It's had nothing to do with the fans. It's the writers who get the vote.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So you don't think the writers like it, Mark McGwire either?
No. Mark McGwire. I want to say Ugwire. Excuse me, Mark McGwire. He had a little big chip on his shoulder too, so he didn't mind telling folks he wasn't as bad as Barry Bonds, but he was a little bit of a jerk himself. I thought that Boston guy, the pitcher, I thought he would have got in. He was smart. He went when they had the testifying before Congress the day before. He went through the whole Congress, Senate, and everybody, shaking hands, signing autographs, giving away baseballs.
They talk about Roger Clemens. Yeah, the Rocket Man. I knew the Rocket Man wasn't gonna never get in because the Rocket Man. I don't know if you followed him, like the day after he knew he wasn't getting in, he made a long tweet where he said, his family is fine with the decision now. I guess he didn't came to rest. Like, I know I'm not gonna get in, so it ain't no sense of me kicking a dead horse. I know I ain't gonna get in. But I mean, like you said, if it's known players that use and they're in, and then you basing it because the writers didn't like the guy because he didn't take time for autographs, then there should be a lot of people that shouldn't be in then. I mean, as an athlete, you're going to be arrogant. As an athlete, you're going to think you're more superior than an average human being. It's like Superman to Clark Kent. But at the same token, if the justice do and they did what they were supposed to do, put them in. I mean,
where I see there's a lot of guys that are in the league in MLB who only played against. I don't think would have been played against the talent they played. Had they allowed a lot more black players back in the day, the talent levels would have been a whole lot different. You let a lot of those guys who played in the Negro leagues play in the MLB a lot sooner. You saw a whole total different game. So you start seeing when what's the pitcher? I can remember his name in '68 for St. Louis. Guys like him that have been playing 30, 40 years before that had that kind of talent. How many of those guys would have made the Hall of Fame? But
correct.
That's our opinion don't matter too much. We just conjecture with a little hot stove for baseball.
Right.
So I think I think that we should do it like the NFL. You got the stats, yeah. Like you, don't matter. What you did off the field don't matter. What you did on the field should matter. That's the way I see it.
Cool.
But I had to give in Major League Baseball credit. They've been consistent for the most part. From Shoeless Joe, Pete Rose, along the lines, those guys, they felt that they were cheaters, and they've been able to make a good case for it. They have not let them in. So to their credit, they have been consistent. So I can't complain about that. All right. We want to thank Howard Moore from Inside. Love stuff is showing up. Andrew Holston, thank you for coming in. Right now, we are talking about our new topic of the week segment when we're moving forward towards should the NFL playoff overtime rules be changed? That was a big controversy after Kansas City and Buffalo went down to the wire. Pat Mahomes get it back in the game with 13 seconds, kick the field goal. They go to overtime. Pat Mahomes first, they get the ball first, and they don't get the ball back. They go and score. Everybody complain, that's not fair. That's not fair. I say fair. Why do I say fair? You had 60 minutes to win that game. So when you get in overtime, it should be sudden death. I like the college rules for college. Let college do it their way. The NFL, we are professional. You get paid millions of dollars. If you can't win the game within the next 60 minutes, and you can't stop them on the first drive. Whose problem is that? Yours. So my thoughts is leave the NFL overtime rules the way it is, whether it's the regular season or the playoffs. I was mad when they changed it to if you kick a field goal, the other team get the ball. No, stop them. Stop them. It's sudden death. Sudden death overtime. That's how it should be. That's just
Absolutely.
Hockey's the same way. Sudden death overtime. But hockey's a little different if they do go to the shootout. They did change that rule. I would like to see it the way it changed. But if they were to change it, I would like to see college and pro go right to the 20-yard line in overtime. I like to see if they were to change it. I like the college and the pros to adopt 20-yard line, and you got to go for two. That would be my rule. 20-yard line, got to go, and you can get two. You can always get your first downs.
Right.
And once you get inside, the 10, of course, you in the res, so you got to score. And once you get inside the 10, and then you got to go for two. That would be my change. But I like it the way it is now. Work your behind off. 60 minutes, win the game, get overtime. If you get scored on, shake hands. Good job, thank you. Life's not fair. It doesn't have to be fair. What are your thoughts, sir?
I agree. Like you said, if you're gonna change it to where college is, you know what I'm saying? But on the same token, that's why they're two different levels. You have high school, college, pro. They're three different levels. But at the same token, if you can't win the game in 60 minutes, then what makes you think you're gonna win it in one overtime session? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure the Holmes didn't think he was gonna throw a pick, and the ball just happened to fall that way. And I'm sure they didn't think my man was gonna make that field goal kick, but he did. That's like you said, that's the way the ball bounces. You should have stopped him, or you shouldn't have threw a pick. Then maybe we'd be having a different conversation. Maybe it wouldn't be the Chiefs. Maybe it would be the Chiefs instead of the Bengals. But you lost. That's terrible. Nah, you don't change it because you keep losing. Now you want to change it? Nah, win. You don't gotta change it.
All right, let's see. We want to thank Coach Pam Bass for joining us this morning. And Howard had a good question, which we're going to get to a little bit later. The question that you asked is something that we're going to talk about a little bit later. So we're going to table that for just a few minutes. Thank you both for joining us and your thoughts for today. Let's see here. Nah, not college ball. I like it the way it is. Agreed. Pam Bass says leave the rules where they are. What do you think of Lions fans jumping on the Rams bandwagon? We're going to get to that. We definitely gonna get to that, Mr. Howard Moore, because I got a few thoughts on that. I just think it's pretty funny. But we're gonna hold on to that for just a little bit. Right now, we're gonna move on to the NBA. We got the conference and Eastern Conference right now. Top 6: Bulls, Heat, Cavaliers, Bucks, 76ers, and the Nets. In the last 2 weeks, the Nets have gone from first to 6, and the Bulls have moved on up. The Heat and the Cavaliers. Bucks. To me, the Bucks are just kind of biding their time a little bit. 76ers are being where they should be, if you ask me, right now with the talent that they have. I kept saying, what's going on with the Cavaliers? I finally took a good look at their roster. Now, you might think I'm crazy for this, but Rajon Rondo is on that team. And I think that has a lot to do with success. That kid is crazy, but he is a leader. He knows how to keep his team where they're supposed to be. He don't mind running the first or second team, and he brings a lot of stability. That's the word I want to use. Rajon Rondo brings stability to that team, that Cavaliers team, and I think he has a lot to do with the success of that team right now.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you really serious?
Yes.
Rondo don't got nothing to do with that. That's youth. The league is getting younger. The league is not getting older. They just got a young core of pit bulls on the fence, and can't
I agree
nobody
with you.
handle them right now.
I agree
Rondo,
with
yeah,
you.
okay, I give you that. Rondo is a good floor general because he did good with the Lakers in the year in the bubble when they won. True. No points taken away. Bingo. But no, you got Mobley. You got that other kid that's jumping out the gym. No, they got a core of young pit bulls straddling the fence, and they kicking butt and taking names. And that's just what it all boils down. And right now, if I had my vote, which I don't, Bickerstaff's get coach of the year. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Beautiful.
Nobody thought Cleveland would be where they at right now. Nobody. And if they were smart, if Jeannie Buss was smart, I'd trade LeBron right back to them right now. Real for real. That's what, man. Look, they laughed at me at work when I said it too. I said, trade LeBron to Cleveland right now.
I agree with you.
Trade him right now.
But they won't do that.
You add that to that. It's like, okay, it's like when he did all that, what he did before that one time, and he shipped all them people out. And then he brought in, remember they had the young guy, the one guy for Utah, Clarkston and all them. They jailed and got to running. Add that young core right now with LeBron, man, they coming out the East.
I agree with you, but they won't do that. Jeannie Buss, because LeBron makes the money for it. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a business. They want to win. They still got to fill up.
There you go. You just said it. There you go. It's business. You're about to be without him in 2 years anyway. Get rid of him now. By 2024, 25, he won't be there anyway. Ship him now. Look at the money you're going to get back.
I agree.
Yeah, you're going to go into 20.
That's not the history. That's not the history of the Lakers. That's not the history of the Lakers. They let Magic leave on his own terms. They let Kareem leave on his own terms. They let Mamba leave on his own terms where they could have got value back for him. I agree 100%, but the business side is not the history of the Lakers. It's something they would do.
They didn't let Shaq leave on his own terms.
Well, that was different. They had to make a choice between Shaq and
How is it different?
They had to make because that was too much of a contention. Somebody had to go on that at that point. They never was smart enough to sit down and talk about it as men.
No. I'm not talking about the first time when they swapped. I'm talking about the time when, remember they traded for Kobe. I mean, when they traded for Shaq. And then it was Shaq and Kobe. And then her father, the late Mr. Buss, was like, I can't pay both of y'all. So what I'm saying is, you would have rather got rid of the Era stuff. You'd have got rid of the Diesel versus Kobe. But even though Kobe did bring you 2 more championships, imagine if Shaq, you could have always got rid of Kobe and brought another Kobe.
I never would have got rid of Shaq. I would have kept Shaq. Had it been my choice.
You would have kept Shaq and got rid of Kobe.
Yes.
Okay. See, now you coming to the dark side. Keep coming.
Yes.
I got you a little bit.
When Shaq left, I said that was the dumbest thing they ever could have done because you can still always build around Shaq.
Exactly.
As good as Kobe was, good as Kobe was, you can find in the guard is a dime a dozen. All right, look at the West really quick. We got the Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies, Jazz, Mavericks, Nuggets, and the Lakers are now in the 9th spot on the outside looking in. They are looking at the playing game right now. AD is back. AD is back, and he's playing like he always does. I try to reserve judgment on that guy because he's a good player, but I don't think that he's good enough consistently. To me, he's a top 5 player, but he never consistently plays like a top 5 player. He consistently plays like a top 25 player, but not quite like a top 5.
A top 5 player?
I think he is, but he never plays that way. He never consistently plays that way.
Okay, so he's a top 5 player at that position?
Yes.
Or he's a top 5 player in the NBA?
At that position.
So it'd be him, Giannis. Who the other 3?
But no. He's really a 5. He don't want to be a 5. He's a 5.
Oh, so he's a 5. Okay, so the top 5. So it's him. Who the other 4? The
kid from Utah, Philly. What's old boy in Philly? Let's see who else. Embiid. So that's 3 right there. I can't even go past that in terms of 7.
So you say Joker?
That's what I'm saying. That's what the guy from Utah. So we got AD, Embiid.
No, Joker's in Denver, right?
Yeah, Denver.
Okay.
Denver.
Okay.
So
I got you. That's what I'm here for. I got you.
Those 3 right now.
Okay.
To me, those top 5 centers. He don't want to be a 5. He want to be a 3.
Okay, so who the other 2?
I can't go. That's what I'm saying. He's a top 5 center. So to me, those are the top 3 right there.
So Embiid, Joker, and AD.
Yes.
So Rudy Gobert.
Okay, I'm sorry. Gobert. Got to put Gobert in there. So that's the guy from Utah I'm talking about.
Okay, that's 4. So Giannis would make the 5.
Giannis plays 5, but he's really a 3. His handles has gotten much better.
Giannis a 3. You mean Giannis a 4?
You're right. I'm sorry. He's a 4. He's a 4. I'm sorry. But they give him the ball enough where he play. They give him the ball enough where he plays like a 3. His natural position. Yeah, his natural position is a 4. I agree. His natural position is.
So that's okay. So we going Giannis, AD, Gobert, Joker, and Embiid. That's your 5.
Yes.
So,
but
where does AD?
But also, he don't even play well enough to be in that group.
Okay, so where does AD fall in that 5?
4 or 5.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. Would you say? Because you say he's not consistent. Would you say that's the work ethic, or would you say that's just a string of bad luck because with the injuries or whatever?
I wouldn't say work ethic. I would say mentality. I don't see his mentality on the court as, I really want to really give me the ball and let me dominate this game. He gets his in the flow of the game, but are you going to go to him at the end of a quarter to get a bucket or the end of the game to get a bucket?
But okay, it's okay. So you're saying he's not ready to take on that leadership role.
Correct.
But then you got to figure, look where he's at. He's in LA with LeBron. See, in New Orleans, there wasn't nobody but him.
He didn't want that. He didn't want that in New Orleans. He didn't want it like that.
But it was just him. See what I'm saying? Okay, I get what you're saying, but it was just him.
If it's just him, go ahead and be that dog. Go ahead and be the lead dog. Go ahead. But he didn't want it. Okay,
so now that he's in LA, okay, we're gonna X LeBron out. We ain't gonna put LeBron in the factor.
Okay.
How you want me to take control when you done went out and signed Russ? You done went out and signed Carmelo. Then it's like you really don't trust me to be the alpha dog neither.
Exactly. Right? That's why they brought them guys in, because he don't play up to that level consistently.
But you brought in a shell of Carmelo. Carmelo not giving you that no more.
I agree.
And I ain't gonna even touch Russ. I'm gonna leave Russ alone. I ain't gonna even touch Russ.
Now, have you noticed that he started to play better after him and Shaq talked on the court that night? Have you noticed that he's playing a lot better?
Look, man, it's like the song Janet Jackson had. What have you done for me lately? What about the ones where you shot on the side of the rim? What about the ones you shot and it hit the top of the shot clock? You got to get rid of those first before I can give you props for what you're doing now. It is he turned the ball over too much.
Yeah, I agree.
What I'm seeing is going to happen. He's going to be it's going to be an AI 2.0. Because once the speed is going, you're going to have to rely on the jump shot, which you don't have. Yeah. At least AI had a little bit of a jump shot. You don't have no jump shot. And it's too late in the game for you to come and establish one.
I agree. We want to thank Janice as Forrest Holt and Angel Kaminsky for joining us today. Right now, we're talking about the NBA, and we're talking about the Western Conference top 6, 7, including the Lakers, which are really in the 9th position. The All-Star starters have been announced. We got in the West, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Joel Embiid. That's the East. I'm sorry, in the East. Durant, Giannis, Embiid, Trae Young, and DeRozan. In the West, LeBron, Jokic, the Joker, Wiggins, Curry, and Morant. Morant gets his first start as an all-star player. And on Thursday, I think it is, they're going to do their famous pick the teams. We got Durant and LeBron are the captains, the top 2 vote getters. And they're going to Cleveland, let's see, on the 20th. Our next show is the 19th, and the All-Star game was the very next day. The skills competition will be the 9th and the 19th. So they are. I like those. If I would like that as a team, the East and the West, if they just played against each other without them picking,
Right.
I think that would be
Go back to the
fantastic.
old way.
I,
Now,
I,
if
I,
you
would-
talk
I would
about change, go back. Yeah, go back to the old way.
I,
Just
I would
go
I would
East
keep the
versus
teams
West.
together, but use the new rules. If you keep the teams together the way it is now, and use the new rules, you would have one hell of a game. I think just looking at it, as soon as I looked at the teams, I'm like, "Ooh, these starters are nice." But why would you want to
No,
mess this up? Why would we buy
on them
with the
starters,
leadership?
Booker should be replacing Wiggins. That's crap. That's bull.
Yeah.
When I was like, okay, here we go. So now you can't. Okay, you because you couldn't put Steph. You know what I'm saying? Even though Steph a starter, right?
Right.
So they couldn't put two. But they did put two. I'm like, man, they played Booker, man. It should have been Booker instead of and Andrew Wiggins. Don't get me wrong. He a Kansas alumni. What Jayhawk for it? I'm like, no, man. That should have been Book.
But that's the vote though. Nobody can do enough for this or do enough for this to get him in there. Yeah, you can get them the votes.
They in first place. They already own you in the division. They already own you head to head twice. Now, of course, they're gonna say, well, we was missing Clay and Draymond was at one of them beatings that you took. So it should have been Book.
Now it's the vote though. This is the fan vote. Is 50% fan, 25% of players, and 25% beat writers. So he didn't get the votes to make it to be the starter.
Booker need to call the guy that Trump called and get them votes in. Because he got robbed, man. Anybody, man, you know he got robbed.
I'm not down to one at all. I agree with you. I think that he should be a starter. He's having one great season. The boys, even though he had a face all the time, he got that squinty face. He's having a great season. Right now, the Pistons are 12-40. The last time I showed they were 11-34, and Cade Cunningham has been named the Rookie of the Month, as well as he'll be playing in the Futures game with Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart. And so, that's he won't be in the NBA All-Star game, but he will be in the in the Futures game Saturday night before the skills competition and the dunk competition, all that fun stuff. I always did. To me, all the times the Futures game for a lot of years was better than the actual All-Star game. But now they changed the rules and made it a little bit more exciting. We're gonna see how if they start to even out. I don't know how they do it, but they have 4 teams. They have 4 teams that are playing, and 4 teams of 8. I want to say it's either 6 or 8. It's 8. 4 teams of 8, and K's on one team, and the other 2 Pistons are on another team. So they're doing well. We got a comment that let's see here. Baseball was better with steroids. Now, here's another thing about the baseball. When they were hitting all those home runs, I think MLB was juicing the baseballs as much as those guys was juicing with the steroids, because you got to remember those years came directly after they had just had a strike and a lockout. Well, I think it was a strike, because right now they lock the players out there, and MLB's in a lockout right now. So they were trying to get the fans back. So I think that was a perfect storm of more tightly wound baseballs and them juicing. And so you got Mark McGwire and you got the guy from Chicago hitting those baseballs like that, coming like like Sammy Sosa. Sammy, I don't know what you look like now. Sosa, I don't know what you did to yourself. Sosa. Have you seen?
I seen them pictures. I was like, what's wrong with my man?
See, this is what Sammy Sosa used to look like. This is what Sammy Sosa looks like now.
You know what? That's why. This is why we don't graduate at a good rate. Because this stuff, man,
he used to look like me.
He make Michael Jackson look like a woo.
Hi, I'm Sammy Sosa. I know that's. I know people.
This is why. I have nothing to do with this, people.
It's true.
That's all on him.
That's what he looked like. All right. Once again, make sure you click like, click share. Make sure you get this book. Great for the Journey Every Day, written by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Get on the phone, call your friends, click like, click share, and let others know that we are Just into halfway through the today's show. We are moving to the NFL Super Bowl. We have the Bengals and the Rams playing. Let's see here. The game is staying in Los Angeles. And getting back to what we were talking about, somebody's comment before, well, all of a sudden we have the Detroit Rams. We got the Detroit Rams because you got your boy out there playing quarterback for the Rams. And that is our Super Bowl now since he's playing for the Rams. And Matt Stafford is representing Detroit. No, he is not. He's the happiest man on this earth getting away from the Rams, getting away from Detroit to play for the Detroit Rams or the Los Angeles Rams or anything other than the Detroit Lions. I'm coming. I'm coming in the door to work, and one of the coworkers say, "How do you feel about Stafford playing for the Lions now? Are you happy that he's out there?" I said, "To be honest, I was never much of a Stafford fan. When they drafted him, I was never a fan of them drafting him. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but Matthew Stafford at some point will be Matthew Stafford and throw some errant interceptions. And I just hope that he don't do it in the Super Bowl. He almost did it in the NFC Championship game. That kid dropped the ball. The free safety, he threw it right to the free safety. But everybody knows the saying, D-backs are D-backs because they can't catch. D-backs used to be receivers, but they make them a D-back because they can't catch, which was a great reason why that kid dropped the ball. He basically, it was a punt. He had it right in his hands, and you could see him close his eyes. You could see the video. So he almost gave the game away there. He was almost Matthew Stafford, but he got away. He got lucky. So I want to see the Rams do well? Yeah, because it's the NFC and we're an NFC team town. You got the next question of the day. Here, this one's for you. Is Joe Burrow this generation's Tom Brady?
Joe Burrow? Good, possibly. But to touch on that Matthew Stafford, and I think about this. I seen this on Facebook, so I'm not going to take credit because I didn't see it, but I read it. When he played here, everybody was like, "Yeah, bum, he this, he that, he this, he that." Now he's in the Rams. Everybody's like, okay, like you said in the opening thing, it's our Super Bowl. I think when it comes to that, it makes me think about, like I said, I read it. Matthew Stafford could post a picture on Facebook. He'll have 10 likes. He posts that same picture in his stories. He'll have 300 views. The point of that is, people don't like you, but they follow you. He's not here no more. Why are you even worried where he's at? That's the whole point. The man that moved on. Let him go on and be there. Now, to come back to that, I don't know if you read it. He said if they do win, he plans on coming back here. Do you think he's coming back here and light? No, he probably come back here to rub it in y'all face. But he gonna make it seem like, oh, Detroit, I never forgot y'all. This is for y'all.
How would he come back?
I don't know if you've seen it. I seen it on the headline. I was reading it. And I was like, wow, you really gonna come back here? It's going to be a slap in the face. Now, if the Love and Stuff community and everybody's just watching, listen to me. This is where you got the Lions by the yin yang, if you pay attention. Cleveland last year was 3-13 last year, or 3-14, something like that. Yes, they lost Joe Burrow to a knee injury and all that. This year, they about to play for the Super Bowl. Or if you smart, you force the forward's hands. All you have to do, you got them right where you want them. The cards are right there in front of you. You got all the draw forwards in the Uno. Make them draw. That's all you got to do. You got them where you want them. Yep. If you don't go down there this upcoming season, they will fold. And they have no choice but to listen to you. But once again, it's not going to work because you got so many diehard Lions fans that's going to believe. Yep. This is where you got them. Listen to me. You got them. You got them by. Think about it. You fired Jim Caldwell. When Jim Caldwell left, he was 9-7. Since then, you have hired nobody has claimed close to his record. Yep. So it's you. Yep. It's you. How does man leave you and then a year later he playing in the Super Bowl? You gonna tell me that the Rams and Sean McVay are that much more brighter than you? No. No, they went all in.
It's a
They went all
commitment.
in. They went and got a troubled receiver in Odell Beckham. That's a prima donna. Got to have his attitude. They went out and they got Von Miller and all. Right. So this is where you got them.
Yep.
This is where
they
you
made
got
a commitment. They made a commitment to win. But something that the Lions, in my opinion, I don't think I've ever done in our lifetime.
Just make them look. Even if you don't make them commit, like you said, the commitment, and you make them commit to getting a better product on the field, force them to sell. That's all you got to do. Force them to sell. Think about it. Karen Davidson, Bill Davison's widow, Bill Davison's widow, rest in peace, was the owner of the Pistons. What did she do when he passed? The Pistons is up for sale. I'm not going through this because that's not what she does. Her husband did that. This is not what you do. You are car automotive people. Sell the team.
Yeah. I would hope that they do and sell it to somebody who wants to win and also would want to keep the Lions in Detroit. That's the second thing.
I mean, where you going to take them, though?
St. Louis. St. Louis got a...
No,
I'm serious.
Why would you?
St. Louis.
What you been watching?
San Antonio.
Man, St. Louis.
I'm serious. The St. Louis won a football team back. No, St. Louis is in Arizona.
It used to be the St. Louis Rams. I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
St. Louis. So now we don't have a football team.
That's one of the reasons they're afraid to sell. They're gonna move the team. San Antonio, and St. Louis are two places that would love to have a football team right now.
The St. Louis Lions and the San Antonio Lions.
Of course, they're branded to whatever they want it to be, but they want to move. They want to buy a team, or they want to do what they got to do to get a team.
You know what? Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to miss football around here to appreciate it, because even Stephen A. Smith said, "How you keep playing on Thanksgiving Day and your record? What was their record when they played? 2-12?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You're making a clown show of the NFL. How are you even on Thursday night? I get it's tradition or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's not. Maybe we need to get them out of here and sell and move them.
It would hurt me to have that happen, but if it had to happen, it would happen. Sometimes it's just the way of the world. Sometimes you buy and sell, you move. That's how it would go. The Baltimore went to Indianapolis, and Cleveland went to Baltimore. Cleveland was lucky enough to get a team back in their building. So
that's what happened with what's the name, right? The Detroit Shock. The Detroit Shock later went to what? Oklahoma. Or something like that?
Yep. And now they're in Oklahoma. They're still in Oklahoma.
Yep. So that's what we need. Maybe that's what we need.
Yep. But that's different. That's a different situation. They're losing money hand over fist. They were winning, but they were losing a lot of money. So they went to a different area where smaller arena, more support. So it worked out for them. All right. Let's see here. Joe Burrow, the next generation. Tom Brady, I would say yes. More so over Pat Mahomes, because it's just a different. That kid Burrow is just a different kind of kid. You look him in the face. You see the look on his face, and of course I got a joke. He always wear the bus. I don't know where he got that from, but he always wear his bus. I don't know. I don't know what the background.
From Chase.
Huh?
You got that from the receiver, Chase. Hey, man, you got to up it up, man. Yeah.
I didn't know that backstory, but I'm glad to hear that. But he looked fresh in his bus.
Yeah, he did.
We want to thank Robert and Aaron Dawkins for coming out. Last thing on NFL before at the end, we're going to make predictions at the end of the show. Tom Brady retires. I saw it coming a little bit, and at the end of the game, normally Tom, if he's mad, he just run off the field. He went and shook everybody's hand with a smile on his face. I said, "Oh, this is different. This don't look like the regular Tom. I think this might be it for him." Because normally he always have his attitude. He's mad and he got his helmet and he run off the field. He went and shook everybody's hand. I said, "This is a little different. This is a little different." I wanted to bet that his wife called. She called. She made the call. "Baby, I love you, but it's time. But baby, I got one more this year. But I got one more this year."
You say Giselle put her foot down?
Yeah, that's normally how it happens. That's normally how it happens. We think we tough. We think we tough until our old lady or our children give us the eyes and say, it's time. It's time we to be done with it. Come on home. And then this is the 1 year that he can't push him away. So we want to thank Tom Brady for all the years of work that he put in and all. There was
he
a
won me a
chart of
lot of
all.
money.
His wife make more money than him.
I mean, he won me a lot of money. Tom, I hope you enjoy your time. He won me a lot of money.
Yeah, it's time for him to start making his money on his endorsements now, so he can start making a lot of the money that he gave back to make sure he had team mates around him so he can be successful. Well, to me, that was probably one of the biggest things that he did, which was smart. Because you got to have the players around you. I'll take a little bit less so we can have a little bit more on the field, which makes the most sense. All righty. Remember, once again, click like, click share. We going into college basketball. Get the book. Reference Journey every day. Get on the phone. Get people. Let them know that we are here having a great show on this first Saturday of the year in the cold Detroit, in the cold Dallas. But we are hot on the internet today. College basketball. We got the top 20. Auburn, Gonzaga, UCLA, Purdue, Kentucky, Houston, Arizona, Baylor, Duke, Kansas, round up the top 10. Michigan State at 13, having a good season in East Lansing. The topic of the day for college sports is Auburn, up there doing well. The coach is Bruce Pearl, has Auburn on track, and we got which is a good thing because for years Bruce Pearl was always the anomaly of the coach. Who I'm not going to go out here and cheat. I'm going to do things the right way. And here he is at Tennessee, got caught cheating. I thought his career was going to be over.
Yeah, I did too.
But the cheating that he did was like minor. Like, he came out to meet a kid outside of the signing period in his office. That's to me that was something that. Of course, once everybody found out about it, they made a big deal about it because Bruce Pearl doesn't cheat. But you doing something simple like that, of course, it's going to make what did he do? Yes, I did it. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. And I've always liked Bruce Pearl because he's always been honest that way. You see his face now; he got this gray growing in. His curls is a little shorter than what it used to be. He's wearing it. And they won a big game last week. He was dancing out on the court with his team. I said, "No, Coach Wayne, you say that for the locker room. You don't do that on the court."
I got a chance. I got a chance the other night to catch him against Alabama. I didn't even know they were that good. I'm like, you didn't turn these guys because it's not like okay. You got Duke, you got Payne, you got Mantro, you got Gonzaga, you got the kid in the middle. I forget his name. But each university got a superstar. Ain't no superstar on Auburn, but they a cohesive unit and they gel together. And they basketball IQ, it's like next man up. I'm like, wow. So we got this is the regular season. We got to see when March comes because his teams, they ban out early. So
that's true. He does have history of leaving early in the tournament. So let's see what it looks like in March.
Book the hotel for one night. They usually don't stay the weekend. Just book for one night.
That's true. And today, the last trip for Coach K down to UNC. This afternoon they play Duke and UNC. Go. He goes to UNC. Coach K is retiring. Coach Krzyzewski is retiring. And so we're going to see that last trip for him today. If I were the student section, I would have something special like in the very beginning. As soon as he come out, I would when they announce the team, I would cheer for like 30 seconds. And we would be timing it. And also for 30 seconds over, and also around 30 seconds, boo! All right, we love you, but it's time to play this game. Come on, let's get down to business. That's what I would do if I was in the student section. Just a little respect. You got to respect the guy.
You got to respect him. He did a lot for college basketball. He did a lot. Yeah. He did. He did. I mean, once it all comes down, you're gonna see he cheated too. He just kept it under the rug. I mean, come on, man.
Don't laugh because it's already out there with Zion.
You cheated.
The Zion stuff.
Yours just wasn't as big as Michigan and everybody else, but you cheated too.
Yeah, it's the Zion stuff. So it's going to be out soon. And I think that was part of the reason why.
I forgot about that, right? I forgot about that.
I think that's part of the reason why he started saying, I'm going to get out of here because it's starting to show a little bit more that,
You're right. You let
But for years,
Mr. Shire take all that.
yep, you don't let the next guy take it over. Yep,
Right.
that very, very much. But it is time for the best part of the show, for Stupid Sports News. We're going to start with the first topic, which is Mr. Harbaugh. I think we got a little bit of a graphic here. We want to show you for Mr. Harbaugh and everything that's going on. So, but just follow me for just a second. Just indulge me for a second while I do this. Hello. This is Jim. Jim. James. No, this is James. James. No, Jim. Jim who? Harbaugh. This is the Vikings, isn't it? Yeah. I was wondering, can I come over there and interview with you guys? Maybe, possibly. I heard you guys might have a coaching job left. You want to coach with us? Yeah. That sounds great. Give me just a second. Hey, we got Harbaugh on the phone. Should we let him interview? Yeah, let him come on in. What? When? Bring him in on Tuesday. That's a signing day. Sure. Sure. Come on in. We're going to send a plane for you on Tuesday. Just come on Monday night. Just be ready for Tuesday morning. Have your suit on. We know you're not going to wear a tie. So come on. We're going to let you interview. All right. We've been back and forth on this for the longest. Felix and I
have to stand corrected. You was right. He come. But if it was me, if I was Ward Emanuel, that all them locks would have been changed.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were signing with the Vikings, so I had to move forward.
See, now I would have locked the door with the condition of you going to sign this contract. I got a new contract for you. Oh, you want to keep running up out of there? Oh, you okay? I understand it's a free country. You want to test your options. You want to see what options are out there. But if you coming back, we gonna change this buyout. We gonna change the terms of your contract. If you want to leave, you gonna have to pay a whole lot of money. We gonna change how you make your money some more. That would be my condition. You can come back, sure. Come on back. But hey, see this here? This is what you gonna sign. You're not gonna sign this, or we gonna find somebody else.
Okay.
His intention was not to come back. So at that point, you're already looking for another coach anyway. You've already done your back channels of who would be available to come in. So it wouldn't be that much of a problem to keep moving forward with it. But of course, that Ward Michael's not going to do any of the things. If it were me, if I'm no boosters at Michigan, we'd have been lined up at Schembeckler Hall when he walked back in the door. Then the very next day, we would already been inside, sitting in his office. He'd walked in the office. It'd have been 20 boosters sitting behind his desk like this, with a new contract. That's what I do. The big name boosters, we would already had everything, all the terms worked out. All the lawyers speak, would already had it done. And I'd have had him come in and sit down. And I said, okay, call your agent. We've already sent him a copy of your this new contract. You sign it or you leave. You got two choices. That's what I would have done. I'm not against going out there and putting his name out there. Fine, go do that. But this is where you want to be. We gonna make sure this is where you want to be.
Right.
That's the way I see it. That's what. But I just wanted to do a little skit real quick. I thought that was funny. He was calling around. They wouldn't call him. He was calling other people. Said he was. He called around.
Never got offered the job. That's pathetic, man.
Yep. he called the Raiders. He called those other companies and said that he wanted to come interview for the job, and they were like, "Sure." That's all the interview we got there. Vikings were on the interview he got. I had to call and beg everybody. I said from the beginning, him putting that out there was he was trying his best to get a solid contract, get him a Mel Tucker contract, so he can try and make more money after he had signed the contract the year before with all the stuff that he didn't want to do. But that's understandable. I get it. But you got to do it, the quote unquote right way. All right, now next part of Stupid Sports News we have. I don't know if you heard about this. The Pistons Black History Month promotion. Did you hear about this? They're giving away. Okay, they're promoting Rosa Parks for Black History Month, and in an effort to promote Rosa Parks, they're giving away free bus tickets to go see the Pistons play. Line of fun. I want that to kick you. I want you to understand what I said. I'm gonna say it again. The Pistons are giving away free bus rides to the stadium to come see the Pistons play.
So where do you catch the bus at?
They got some bus that they done wrapped up and with all kind of Rose Park stuff on it. And they got folks that I don't know where they pick up on it. It's online or flying. Look it up. It's on the website. Free bus rides to Pistons games.
This is just for this month only.
I don't know. It's a certain date, a certain promotion date, and they got Rosa Parks night, and they give away free bus rides to the stadium.
Wow!
Now, what idiot, 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 would say, you know what? Let's give away free bus rides to a Pistons game. That makes no sense.
The same idiot that shoot the T-shirts in the stands.
Well, no, that's a good thing because everybody's excited. Yeah, T-shirt. Who's gonna get excited about getting a free bus ride in the cold?
If you don't have a car, maybe.
You ain't going to a business game. You ain't got no car. You
don't got a car. Well, okay, look at it this way. Everybody don't have a car in New York, but they still go to the Knicks games.
Okay, I agree, but the New York City is set up differently. New York City is set up for people to take the bus, the train,
the subway
to get to where they're supposed to be. Detroit is a car city,
right?
For the most part, it's because of the big three. That's the way it's set up. So, if you unless that's just your lifestyle and you don't want to drive anywhere, you catch the bus. Catching the bus as a kid was cool. Catching a bus to school, catching a bus, to the mall, to Northland, to Fairlane. That was fun stuff. Yes, take an iron pimp. That's what we call it too. We call it the teens bus going to middle school and the iron pimp going everywhere else. So I get that part of it.
Do you remember riding the bus with the guys in the back playing 3-card Molly?
Well, we didn't have that. We had fights in the back of the bus.
Y'all didn't have 3-card Molly?
Not on the DOT, yes, but on the cheese bus.
The dude in the back with the 3-card Molly.
Yeah,
take your Jordan money. You get to Northland, you got your Jordan money.
It was.
I'm telling my age.
There was all kind of stuff going on in the back of the bus.
Yeah, 40 get you 80. You don't remember that 40?
Oh yeah, I see it. I remember the guys back there. I remember that.
Remember the black, never the white. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see it.
Hey, look,
I remember that.
I remember a quick story. The Jordan 11s came out. See, Jordans didn't come out on Saturday. That's why I be telling these new generation kids. They don't understand. Jordans used to come out on Wednesdays. Right. The Jordan 11s came out. This is when he wore the black and red and white ones when he first came back. That second year when they went 70-10. Dude on the back of the bus. That's when the DOT, you could see all the way through the bus back then. They had a big window back then. Mm-hmm. It make you think of Mo Money with Damon Wayans and Sean and Marlon Wayans. And the dude was like, 40 get you 80. I'm telling the guy, like, man, don't play that, dog. Of course they're gonna let you win the first two hands because they want to get you in.
Yep.
Make a long story short, we got to Northland. My man watched us buy our Jordans. He just had enough just to get back on to get back to the 3-card Molly, man. Oh man.
He probably got a nice little whooping when he got back.
I don't even think he didn't mind the whooping. It was just a point to see your money go that fast like that. Yeah. 40 get you 80. 80 get you 160. Yeah, I remember them numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And also, Ben Simmons is still not playing. The trade deadline.
I saw the story of how much money he is losing. Man, he crazy. Wow.
Yep.
That money could fund a small country.
Yep. Yep. They took a quarter of his money off the top, and he's not gonna see none of that.
Did you see the part too where he actually is going? He going to the sessions and the practice.
Yeah.
He just leaving.
Yes.
Like something might be really wrong with him.
Yeah.
Like for real.
They say he be playing pickup games in the bottom of the gym while the team playing upstairs in the real game. What is wrong? What are you doing? He out there shooting threes. He out there working on his 3-pointer game while the team is actually playing in the real game. They say he'd be setting up 5-on-5 games all over the city against some of the top players and renting the gym out so he can keep his game together. Get some of the top players in the city setting up 5-on-5 games around the city, and while the team is playing regular games.
So okay, wait. Let me make sure I'm on the same page with you. You mean to tell me they upstairs in the Spectrum? I mean Fargo Center, playing a real 4-quarter, 12-minute game, and he downstairs in the facility playing first 1 to 12, 5-on-5.
He got the rack set up working on his 3-pointers. He got the rack set up shooting free throws.
So that's a call for help, man. That's a cry for help.
I
Because
agree.
I think the NBA, to really be funny, not to even be funny, but to be serious, I really believe the NBA, when this is all said and done, they're gonna punish him. I think because eventually he's going to get his way. You're going to trade him, right? Excuse me. You're going to trade him. I think whoever gets him gonna end up waiving him. And you're never gonna hear from him ever again.
I don't think so.
I really do. I really do.
Why. Here's why. His ability is way too good for him not to play somewhere.
Overseas.
He's not Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown done. He's stick a fork in him.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done.
Ben Simmons, this is pretty much he'll be play somewhere, but he won't be the same Bill Simmons. I mean,
But
Ben
the Shanghai
Simmons.
Dragons.
His talent is too good at this point.
The Shanghai Dragons.
He may get over there eventually, but I think he'll still have another shot in the NBA.
West Side Cubs. The Hampton Hawks.
Pal, name your team.
The Southfield Falcons.
The family. We're playing for the family. All right.
Southfield Jayhawks.
The next show is it's February 19th, and on Wednesday I'll have 3 more topics up for the topic of the week. So please get out there and vote. This time we had a tie. Maybe next time we'll have just one. The next show is February 19th. Really quickly,
Jordan's come out.
You got? Super Bowl. Who you got?
Jordan's come out. The who?
Who you got for the Super Bowl?
I'm going with Stafford, man. I'd say 24-17.
I say 27-17, LA Rams. I agree with you. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. It is time for us to go. Don't forget, get the book. Click like, click share. Go back and watch it again. Great show today, Mr. Felix Holmes. Thank you so much.
Same to you, sir.
We love you all.
Ready.
Ready. I see you in a minute.
Ready.